20 most profitable plants to grow and make money. What if I told you that you've been growing the wrong plants for years? Not corn, not wheat, not soybeans. I'm talking about plants that sell for 20, 40, even 80 euros per kilo. Plants that most farmers don't even know exist. Plants with such high demand that chefs, pharmaceutical companies, and health-conscious consumers have been begging for more supply for years. And no one is giving it to them. And the most fascinating thing, herbalists, is this. While everyone is fighting over crops that barely provide enough to live on, there is a silent elite of small producers generating fortunes with what nobody wants to see. Today, I'm going to show you 20 of those plants, ordered from impressive to absolutely incredible. Stick around until number 2. It's the fastest growing plant on the planet. NASA studied it, and most people throw it away thinking it's pond waste. And number 19 can be sold for 80 euros per kilo, and you can grow it in your garden. Like this post if you already have one of these plants. And subscribe. We post every week. The problem isn't that there's no money in agriculture. The problem is that you were taught to play the wrong game. Industrial crops are a trap. Minimal margins, brutal competition, total dependence on the mass market. But there's another game. One where the customer comes to you, where scarcity works in your favor, where 1 kilo of product is worth what others earn in a whole week of conventional harvesting. That game is called specialty farming, and today, you and I are going to explore it together from top to bottom. I'm going to show you 20 plants. But beware, herbalists. Number 8 is the only caffeinated plant native to North America. It has been forgotten for centuries, and the alternative tea market is hungry for it. Number 11 is in demand by an industry that moves hundreds of millions, and 90% is still imported. Whoever starts producing it in Spain today has a head start of years. And number 19, I won't spoil anything for you. I'll just say that it's at the intersection of 2 of the fastest growing industries of the 21st century. Ready? Let's begin. Plant number 1, Morena, the tree that prints money. Herbalists, we're starting strong. Morena is not a fad. It is the most nutrient-dense plant on Earth. Vitamins, minerals, complete protein. And the supplement industry can't keep up. What makes it a business? It grows 4 meters in the first year, several harvests per season. Minimal maintenance after setup. Morena powder, capsules, tea, everything sells. And most of it is still imported, which means there's a huge gap for local producers. Plant number 2, duckweed, the pond trash that NASA studied. Here it is, the one I promised you at the beginning. Most people call it green junk. NASA calls it a source of protein for long-duration space missions. 40 to 45% protein by dry weight. More than soybeans. More than almost any animal feed. Grows in simple ponds or reservoirs. It can double its biomass in 24 to 48 hours. And most of the market doesn't even know this plant has a price. Markets: plant protein supplements, animal feed, aquaculture, emerging human food. Plant number 3, lovage, the secret of Michelin-starred chefs. Hardly anyone knows about it, and that, herbalists, is exactly why it's worth money. Lovage has a flavor impossible to replicate. Celery, parsley, and something unique that no other herb offers. Fine dining restaurants pay well for it, and the supply is almost non-existent. It's a perennial. It's planted once and returns year after year with minimal care. Target customers: farm-to-table restaurants, gourmet ingredient shops, and private chefs. Plant number 4, cilantro. It's not cilantro. It's worth much more. Note, it's cilantro with AU, not cilantro. And that difference is worth tens of euros per kilo. A more intense, deeper flavor. Essential in authentic sofrito, Vietnamese pho, and Thai curry. There's no real substitute. and it's almost impossible to find it fresh outside of specialized ethnic markets. Demand comes from Latin, Asian, and Caribbean communities, passionate, loyal, and constantly growing markets across Europe. Plant number 5. Shiso, the leaf that Asian restaurants are desperately seeking. Shiso has been a staple in Japanese and Korean cuisine for decades. But in Spain, finding it fresh is an impossible mission. Green or purple. For sushi, for wrapping meats, for pickling, as a side dish only. Japanese and Korean restaurants are opening in every medium-sized city in Europe. They all need shiso. Almost no one produces it locally. The window of opportunity is open. Those who enter now will capture the best contracts. Plant number 6, epazote, the spice that Mexico exports, and no one grows here. In Mexico, this herb is as essential as garlic. Beans, quesadillas, traditional soups. Without epazote, it's just not the same. Dried epazote is no good. Only fresh epazote is worth it. And fresh Mexican food is practically impossible to find in Spain. Mexican cuisine is one of the most popular in the world. The demand is there. Local production, no. It grows like a weed, almost without care, in any temperate climate. Plant number 7, purslane, the weed that's worth more than spinach. Herbalists, this is going to sting a little. That plant you've been pulling out of your garden for years is more nutritious than spinach. Purslane has more omega-3 fatty acids than almost any other leafy green. It also contains more vitamins and minerals than many vegetables sold in supermarkets. Fresh, slightly acidic flavor. Mediterranean restaurants are bringing it back. Health-conscious consumers are discovering it. Production cost, minimal. Demand, growing. Price, between 15 and 30 euros per kilo. And now, herbalists, come the ones that almost no one knows about. The ones with markets built on trends that aren't going to stop. Pay attention. Plant number 8. Yupon holly, the only caffeinated plant native to North America. This plant has been waiting for centuries to be remembered. It's the only plant in the Americas that naturally produces caffeine. A smooth tea, without the jitters of coffee. 100% local, 100% sustainable. The market for tea alternatives has been expanding for years. People want products with a story, with identity, with origin. It's an evergreen shrub. Minimal maintenance. Several harvests per year. And virtually no competition from other plants. Plant number 9. Tagetes lucida, the tarragon that does work in warm climates. French tarragon is temperamental and difficult to grow in warm climates. Tagetes lucida does not. It grows vigorously where tarragon fails. Same aniseed flavor profile. Same demand from chefs, but without the production problems. In Mediterranean climates, you have a structural advantage over any producer in tarragon, France. Plant number 10. Lemon balm, the stress-relieving herb everyone wants. Chronic stress is the epidemic of the 21st century, and lemon balm is one of the most scientifically validated natural remedies. Infusions, tinctures, supplements, aromatherapy. Traditional herbalist market plus modern wellness consumer. A huge audience. It grows easily. It spreads on its own. Multiple harvests per season. And the price more than justifies the effort. Floor number 11, ashwagandha, the jewel of the supplement industry. This is the one I mentioned at the beginning. The global ashwagandha market is worth hundreds of millions of euros. And it continues to grow. A leading adaptogen in Ayurvedic medicine. Validated by modern research for stress, energy, and overall well-being. 90% is still imported from India. Variable quality. High shipping costs. The local producer offering quality organic ashwagandha has an enviable market position. It can be grown in Mediterranean and continental climates. Plant number 12. Hyssop, the biblical herb that the craft tea world is rediscovering. Hyssop has appeared for centuries in sacred texts and herbal treatises. Today, the artisanal tea industry is rediscovering it. Complex flavor, mint, bitterness, unique notes, used in digestive teas, respiratory formulas, and as a culinary seasoning. It's a hardy perennial. Harvest in summer. Market. Traditional herbalists, craft tea companies, gourmet shops. Plant number 13. Tulsi, the sacred basil that crossed from the temple to the great brands. Tulsi, or sacred basil, was a herb of Hindu temples. Today, it's available in the aisles of the best health stores across Europe. Adaptogen for stress, immune support, general tonic. The herbal tea market plus the supplement industry, a powerful combination. It grows well in warm climates or greenhouses. Multiple harvests and demand from both the traditional market and the modern consumer continues to grow. Plant number 14. Catnip, the gold mine that everyone ignores because they go to cat shops. Yes, herbalists, catnip, but not as you know it. The pet industry is a multi-billion-dollar business, and quality catnip, fresh, organic, and pesticide-free, is something completely different from the dried powder in cheap toys. Cat owners who take good care of their pets pay for quality. Specialty stores, premium pet e-commerce, natural product subscriptions. It grows on its own. It's a vigorous perennial, and the target market is willing to pay. Plant number 15. Calendula, the secret weapon of the natural cosmetics industry. The natural cosmetics industry is booming, and calendula is at the heart of that explosion. Creams, balms, soaps, oils. Calendula's anti-inflammatory and healing properties are supported by both herbal tradition and modern research. Small artisan soap producers, large natural cosmetic brands, independent formulators. Everyone needs quality organic calendula. It is abundant in production, easy to dry, and has multiple sales channels. Plant number 16. Fenugreek, the double threat, cooking and medicine. Few crops have the advantage that fenugreek has. Two completely different markets that want it. In cooking, essential in curries, spice blends, and Indian, Middle Eastern, and Ethiopian cuisine. In health, used for blood sugar control, breastfeeding, and general well-being. Supplement laboratories incorporated into dozens of formulas. 2 different buyers, 2 different channels, 1 single harvest. Plant number 17. Stevia, the sugar-free sweet revolution. 200 to 300 times sweeter than sugar. 0 calories. And the market for natural sweeteners continues to grow. But here's the nuance that few herbalists know. You don't have to compete with the big processing brands. Simply dried stevia leaves for infusions, for home use, for artisanal formulators. That's another market. Smaller, more accessible, with better margins. Plant number 18. Sichuan pepper, the exotic gold of haute cuisine. Here we enter serious territory. Sichuan pepper doesn't burn. It does something no other spice in the world does. It slightly numbs the tongue, creating a unique, inimitable sensory experience. Sichuan cuisine is experiencing a global moment. Chefs from all over the world are incorporating it into their dishes. Lovers of authentic cuisine are seeking it out. Finding it fresh and of good quality in Europe is nearly impossible. The shrub can be cultivated in temperate climates. Domestic production is minimal. The prices are exceptional. Plant number 19. Gotu kola, the plant that unites the brain and the skin. I promised you this at the beginning. Here it is. Gotu kola, or Centella asiatica, operates in 2 of the fastest-growing industries of the 21st century. The nootropics market for cognitive enhancement and premium anti-aging cosmetics. Centuries of use in Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine. Modern research validating its uses for memory, wound healing, and cell regeneration. Cognitive market. Students, professionals, and adults concerned about brain health. Cosmetic market. Top anti-aging brands are incorporating it. Two massive industries. One single plant. Minimal local competition yet. Plant number 20. Lemon verbena plus other high-value aromatic herbs. And we close with something that you, herbalist, already have closer than you think. Aromatic herbs used in herbalism. Lemon verbena, lemon balm, angelica valerian have solid markets in the artisanal herbal industry, in natural perfumery, and in premium infusions. European consumers seek origin, history, and traceability. A herbalist who produces their own raw materials, dries them properly, and presents them with a distinctive identity has an advantage that no large company can replicate. If you've made it this far, herbalists, you no longer belong to the group of those who don't know. Now you're part of those who do. The difference between the farmer who merely survives and the one who builds wealth is not the amount of land. It's not the investment capital. It's not the technology. It's about knowledge. It's about knowing which crops serve markets that mass industry can't cater to. It's about understanding that scarcity is your best ally when there's real demand behind it. These 20 plants weren't forgotten because they weren't good enough. They were forgotten because they didn't fit into the industrial model. They require expertise. They cater to niche markets. They prioritize quality over quantity. And that's exactly what defines us. The question isn't whether these plants work. The question is whether you're willing to stop growing what everyone else is growing. That's what separates the herbalist from the conventional producer. And you already know it. Tell me in the comments. Are you team adaptogens, team exotic spices, or team chef's herbs?